Hello and welcome to another episode of Forerunner Powering the Edge. I'm your host for today and I'm thrilled to have you with us. In today's episode, we're diving into some incredibly exciting topics that are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Batteries are booming. That's right, we're going to explore how battery technology is evolving at a lightning pace and what that means for the industry. We'll also take a hard look at our current power and fuel infrastructure, tackling the big questions around sustainability and efficiency. Finally, we'll break down some critical takeaways for operators navigating these changing landscapes. You won't want to miss the key insights we've got lined up for you today. So, stay tuned for an information-packed episode. All right, let's kick things off with our first topic: batteries booming. Over the past few years, we've seen a remarkable surge in interest and investment in battery technology. The reasons behind this boom are multifaceted, but a significant driver is the global push toward clean and renewable energy. As the world grapples with climate change, the need for efficient and high-capacity energy storage has never been more critical. And that's where batteries come in, from powering our smartphones and laptops to providing backup power for our homes, and even fueling electric vehicles. Batteries have become an integral part of modern life. The advancements in battery technology are not just about incremental improvements. We're talking about leaps and bounds. For instance, lithium-ion batteries, which are already prevalent, are becoming more efficient and cost-effective. But it doesn't stop there. Solid-state batteries, which promise even higher energy densities and safety, are on the horizon and could revolutionize the industry. Global giants like Tesla and Panasonic are heavily investing in gigafactories to scale up production and bring down costs. This surge in investment is having a ripple effect across various sectors. In the energy sector, for example, large-scale battery storage systems are being deployed to store renewable energy like solar and wind power. This stored energy can then be used when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing, making renewables more reliable and efficient. A real-world example of this is the Hornsdale Power Reserve in South Australia, which houses the world's largest lithium-ion battery. It has proven invaluable in stabilizing the grid and providing backup power during outages. The boom in battery technology is reshaping our energy landscape and holds the promise of a more sustainable and resilient future. That's it for batteries booming. Next, we'll be taking a harder look at our current power and fuel infrastructure and discussing the big questions around sustainability and efficiency. Stay with us. Now, let's turn our attention to something that often gets overlooked in the media: our fuel and power infrastructure. It's easy to get caught up in the latest tech trends and forget about the backbone that supports it all. But what if I told you that our assumptions about these infrastructures are more fragile than we think? That's exactly what recent events and data are showing us. For instance, did you know that a significant portion of our power grid infrastructure is decades old and becoming increasingly unreliable? Take the recent blackouts in Texas, for example. The state's power grid failed catastrophically during an unexpected winter storm, leaving millions without heat or electricity. This wasn't just a fluke. It highlighted significant flaws in the system's resilience to extreme weather conditions. Another example is the Colonial Pipeline cyber attack, which resulted in widespread fuel shortages across the eastern United States. The incident laid bare just how vulnerable our fuel supply chain is to external threats. And it's not just about one-off events. These examples underscore ongoing risks that stem from outdated assumptions about how robust and secure our infrastructure truly is. One of the most glaring assumptions is that our existing grid can handle the increasing demand for electricity, particularly with the rise of electric vehicles. But the truth is, without substantial upgrades and investments, our current systems struggle to keep up. Aging transmission lines, transformers, and substations need serious overhauls to ensure they can meet modern demands. Addressing these flawed assumptions is not just a matter of convenience, it's essential for our safety and economic stability. Upgrading our infrastructure will require significant investment, policy changes, and cross-sector collaboration. But the cost of inaction could be far greater: extended outages, economic disruptions, and even loss of life in extreme cases. So, the next time you hear about the latest advancements in battery technology or renewable energy, remember that they are only part of the solution. Ensuring our fuel and power infrastructure can support these advancements is equally important. That's why shedding light on these vulnerabilities is crucial for paving the way towards a more resilient and sustainable future. Now, let's shift our focus to the implications of the failures in backup power and grid resilience. These issues have come into sharp relief recently, revealing vulnerabilities that can no longer be ignored. Consider instances where backup power systems simply did not perform as expected. Texas is a prime example. During a severe winter storm, many backup generators failed, leaving critical infrastructures like hospitals in precarious positions. This wasn't just an equipment failure, it exposed deeper systemic issues, but it's not just Texas. In California, wildfires have triggered rolling blackouts for years. Here, backup systems also faltered, leaving communities stranded and industries grappling with disruptions. All these failures highlight a broader impact. Communities find themselves in peril without reliable power, especially during crises. For industries, these disruptions translate into financial losses and operational headaches. We're talking about spoiled goods, halted production lines, and significant economic costs. So, what are the lessons we can draw from these shortcomings? First, it's clear that relying solely on existing backup systems is not enough. We need more robust, more reliable solutions and comprehensive preparedness plans. This means investing in better technology and infrastructure to ensure resilience. It also means policy reforms and public-private partnerships to fortify our energy backbone. At a community level, this could involve localized microgrids that can operate independently if the main grid goes down. For industries, diversifying energy sources and having multiple backup options can mitigate risks. And importantly, we must leverage technology for real-time monitoring and quick response. The key takeaway? Without addressing these failures, we risk repeating the same mistakes. It's crucial to build a more resilient system capable of withstanding future challenges. Up next, we'll be breaking down some critical takeaways for operators navigating these changing landscapes. Stay with us. Now, let's move into a unique yet critical topic: the intersection of disaster preparedness and energy infrastructure, especially in the context of defense and tactical environments. It's fascinating to see how issues that impact our day-to-day lives translate when you put them into high-stakes defense scenarios. In disaster preparedness, having reliable and resilient energy systems is key, but these requirements are magnified many times over in a defense setting. Think about it. In a tactical environment, there are no second chances. Whether it's a military base, a field operation, or an emergency response unit, the stakes are incredibly high. This brings us to some of the unique challenges faced in these scenarios. Unlike civilian infrastructure, which can sometimes afford periods of downtime, defense setups must maintain uninterrupted power at all costs. The energy systems must be both highly robust and flexible to adapt to changing operational conditions. Here, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's a necessity. Sudden blackouts, fuel shortages, or system failures can have catastrophic implications. So, what strategies can be employed to improve resilience and performance in these challenging environments? One approach is to integrate advanced battery storage with traditional power sources. This ensures that there's always a backup, capable of kicking in instantly when needed. Additionally, microgrids are gaining traction. These localized grids can operate independently, fortifying the main system and providing extra layers of security and reliability. Another strategy involves utilizing renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. These can be particularly effective in remote or secure locations where conventional fuel supply chains are vulnerable. The challenge here is to make these systems as dependable as traditional ones. Also, technology is playing a pivotal role. Advanced monitoring tools utilize AI to predict and mitigate vulnerabilities before they become crises. Real-time data analytics can provide insightful metrics on system health, enabling proactive maintenance and quick response actions. In summation, addressing these energy challenges in disaster preparedness and defense scenarios is not just about having backup power options. It's about creating a flexible, resilient system capable of adapting to a range of unpredictable conditions. By implementing advanced technologies and innovative strategies, we can significantly enhance the performance and dependability of these critical infrastructures. As we wrap up today's episode, let's quickly recap the main points we've discussed and outline key priorities for operators and planners moving forward. First, the boom in battery technology is not only driven by the global push for renewable energy, but also by the need for efficient energy storage solutions. It's essential to stay updated on advancements in lithium-ion, and solid-state batteries, as these innovations can drastically improve grid reliability and sustainability. Next, we've highlighted the critical importance of overhauling our aging power and fuel infrastructure. Recent events have revealed vulnerabilities that must be addressed to ensure a resilient and secure energy grid. Investments in infrastructure upgrades, policy changes, and cross-sector collaboration are imperative. We've also examined the failures in backup power and grid resilience, emphasizing the necessity for robust and reliable solutions. Operators should consider localized microgrids, diversifying energy sources, and leveraging real-time monitoring technologies to enhance resilience. Lastly, in the context of disaster preparedness and defense, integrating advanced battery storage with traditional power sources and employing microgrids can significantly improve performance and reliability. The key takeaway for operators and planners is clear: prioritize updating infrastructure, stay informed on battery technology advancements, and implement diverse, resilient energy solutions. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to navigate an evolving energy landscape and ensure a sustainable future. That's all for today's episode of Forerunner, Powering the Edge. Don't forget to check the show notes for links and articles mentioned in today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay powered up. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Forerunner, Powering the Edge. We hope you found our discussions on battery technology, power and fuel infrastructure, backup power systems, and defense energy strategies both informative and engaging. Remember to check the show notes for any links or additional information mentioned in today's episode. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to send me a message. And stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to explore cutting-edge topics in energy and technology. Until next time, stay powered up.